For a product that was offered to the world all the way back in 1998 and got an upgrade in 2025, the CV90-120 currently remains unwanted and unsold. While there has reportedly been some interest from Slovakia, BAE Systems is yet to secure a customer for this light tank. And so in today's video, we go over the platform, its history, and try to explain why no one wants it yet. In terms of this vehicle's background, the website Tanks Encyclopedia says that the light tank, based on a CV90 chassis, made its first appearance in the summer of 1998 at the Eurosatory Defense Exhibition in Paris. The website states, however, that there had been earlier attempts to mount higher calibered guns on the CV90 going back as far as 1993, including that time when Hägglunds collaborated with Giat to make the CV90-105 TML, featuring a 105mm gun. Despite going nearly 30 years without any customers, BAE Systems revised the CV90-120 to feature advanced firepower with the 120mm L44A1LR, or low recoil weapon system, from Rheinmetall. The revised prototype, announced in October 2025, put the 120mm gun atop a CV90 Mark IV chassis, a platform that provides enhanced battlefield speeds, upgraded electronic architecture, active damping, a new engine, a heavy-duty transmission, and an active protection system. The CV90-120's maker added that such a product offers the added advantage of having a common platform for armies that already have chosen the CV90 IFV or will do so in the future. A common platform results in commonalities in training and simplified logistics when it comes to spare parts. Most recently, BAE Systems sent the CV90-120 to Slovakia for the IDEB 2026 Defense Exhibition, an indication that the company still hasn't given up on trying to sell the platform to the world. The website Spartanat explains that Slovakia originally wanted to order the modern Leopard 2A8 until they realized it was too expensive, and so with the CV90-120, Slovakia is able to consider a cheaper, combat-capable alternative. The CV90-120 Mark IV's webpage on BAE Systems' website offers the following specifications: a maximum weight of up to 38 tons, an engine which sees up to 1,000 horsepower, an anti-tank guided missile system with 10,000-meter range, a remote weapon station able to accommodate either a 7.62 or 12.7mm gun for close protection as well as counter-UAV, an active protection system, a 3-man crew plus 2 operator seats, advanced sound detection and direction system, AI-assisted threat identification, and of course, the aforementioned 120mm main gun along with autoloader. The space available for 2 additional crew is highlighted as being potentially used for reconnaissance UAV operation, but that will of course depend on what the customer decides to do. A brochure still available for download on the BAE Systems webpage dated August 2016 adds that the platform could manage a speed of over 80 km per hour and its main gun is able to fire at a rate of 12 to 14 rounds per minute. The brochure also mentions the CV90-120 having the state-of-the-art adaptive cloaking system, which works to keep the vehicle hidden from potential threats by altering its thermal signature. Adaptive features a hexagonal system mounted to the sides of the chassis that can modulate and control the vehicle's temperature via electronic programming to mask the chassis entirely, or to make different distinct shapes like cars or other environmental factors that would not be considered an enemy. This is likely what some people are referring to when mentioning the CV90-120 Ghost, something that BAE Systems' CV90 program representative was a little confused about when we asked her of its existence. Despite all the time and energy searching for more information about this Ghost variant, it only appears to be mentioned on the Tanks Encyclopedia site as well as War Thunder Wiki and ArmoredWarfare.com, these 2 latter sites primarily being video game focused. We're not necessarily challenging or writing off the information on these sites just because they're video game focused, but we are saying that these sites have different priorities beyond providing super accurate information. So, well, the CV90-120 Ghost truly is a ghost in terms of concrete official information. But before we stray too far off topic, let's get back to the actual CV90-120. BAE Systems markets the vehicle as providing the firepower of a modern main battle tank with the superior strategic and tactical mobility of the CV90 infantry fighting vehicle, providing heavy, direct firepower at a reduced cost. Another promotional video highlights how the CV90 excels in the soft soil terrain of Northern Europe and how this would carry over to a light tank variant. Sounds pretty good, right? Better strategic air transportability than a main battle tank while packing the same firepower. What's wrong with that? Well, there must be something wrong with it, since no countries to date have purchased it, right? Since there haven't been any military representatives that we know of going on record to explain precisely why they haven't added the CV90-120 to their land forces, it leaves the media and armchair generals guessing and theorizing. We're not saying that such theories will be wrong, just that there could be a number of explanations that just haven't gone public. It is, however, interesting that BAE Systems itself mentions a lack of demand in one of its videos, explaining a global shift away from heavy direct fire platforms from the early 2000s. Maybe it's at this point in the video we briefly mention how the Polish company Obrum put together the PL-01 light tank concept based on the CV90-120. This particular project made it as far as becoming a full-scale mock-up, but considering development was abandoned in 2015, it's clear that even Poland decided not to pursue the light tank concept. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has changed this particular aspect, but that full-scale war began over 4 years ago, and we still don't have a CV90-120 customer. And so, among the most popular theories out there is that this bridge platform, sitting between an IFV and main battle tank, provides the best of both worlds, but also the worst of both worlds. Sure, you get the firepower of a tank, but you also get the armor of an IFV, which may not be enough to go up against tanks. And while the CV90-120 may be cheaper and have a smaller visual footprint and thus be a smaller target, it may also mean potentially less capacity for ammunition and/or a cramped space for operators, although one BAE Systems video says it offers the same ammunition capacity as main battle tanks. Others have suggested that countries that can afford to buy main battle tanks will just go for main battle tanks instead, while also investing in IFVs firing 25, 30 or 35mm rounds, essentially neglecting that middle ground covered by the CV90-120. As someone mentioned in the comments section when we asked about this product's lack of popularity, it's more likely a doctrinal issue rather than a problem with the performance of the vehicle. The CV90 itself is a well-respected platform, while Rheinmetall's guns are also held in high regard, featuring as standard on Leopard 2 main battle tanks. And so, again, it's our guess that this tracked platform just doesn't fit well into the plans of most land forces and the type of terrain they envision fighting on. Now, this is not to say that the light tank concept is a black hole and money pit for any defense firm wanting to develop something. Indeed, the Philippine Army operates the Sabra light tank, an Ascot 2 chassis fitted with a 105mm turret on top. Closer to our focus region, France has its AMX 10RC 105mm wheeled platform, a 6x6 armoured reconnaissance and fire support vehicle often referred to as a wheeled tank. There's also the Iveco Automelara consortium, which announced in June 2024 that a contract had been signed for the supply of 28 Centauro 2 tank destroyers for the Italian army. It's our understanding that Brazil has committed to taking 96 of these wheeled vehicles. The Centauro 2 has a power output of 720 horsepower with a new generation hit-fact turret equipped with a 120mm gun. But while the CV90-120 and Centauro 2 both have 120mm guns, the 8 wheels that support the Centauro are the obvious differentiator, allowing for an increased level of mobility and self-deployability. These wheeled platforms are also not likely to fight in the soft ground conditions of Northern Europe, where a tracked platform would do better. And so, as it stands, the CV90-120 remains unsold despite there being some demand in the tank destroyer/light tank category. We do need to state that Brazil is looking for light tanks, and the CV90-120 is indeed being considered for the South American nation's armed forces. It's also considering purchasing CV90s as infantry fighting vehicles. Considering the close defense relationship between Sweden and Brazil largely developed through the Gripen fighter jets in recent years, it's worth keeping an eye on Brazilian procurement, as the CV90 family could win big here. And then, as mentioned earlier, Slovakia is also showing interest, with Janes reporting in February 2026 that the country was considering the vehicle based on lessons learned from the war in Ukraine, combined with the CV90's suitability for the hilly terrain of eastern Slovakia. It was noted that the comments had apparently come from Slovakia's defense minister. Additionally, Slovakia has already committed to the CV90 Mark IV as an IFV, so just as BAE Systems has stated in its marketing material, the nation would see some efficiencies in terms of logistics and training. And so it's very possible that this video won't age well at all, and that some CV90-120 orders are actually just around the corner with Slovakia and Brazil. We would be happy to be wrong and instead see BAE Systems be rewarded for its persistence in marketing this product. Indeed, its own promotional video states that the platform's designers have simply been waiting for the time when the vehicle's combination of agility and firepower will be needed. But who knows how things will actually pan out. What do you think of all this? Is the CV90-120's moment in the spotlight just around the corner? Or do you think it will remain a prototype forever? Share your opinions by leaving a comment.